first game of the season last Thursday. It seems like you're kind of stepping up into a new role. I know you saw some time in, I think, last game last year. But, how do you think that first game went for you? And, how different does this year feel compared to last year where you sat out most of the year with the transfer rules?
I felt good out there. I was just happy to be out there. It had been so long since I had played. I know you mentioned I played a little last year, so this year is more about, like stepping into that role, like you're saying, and just really taking my game to another level and helping my teammates and my team, period, in any way I can. So it just felt good to be out there with my teammates. I'm very thankful to be here and had the opportunity to play football here. And then just looking to improve every week, really. Last week, I feel like there's a few plays that I left out there, a few plays I made, but it's always room for improvement. So I'm just looking to take that next step and just continue to grow and get better as a player.
The one thing I asked Coach Mo earlier is when I was here earlier getting video, you guys looked really explosive on some of those drills we were running through dummies and doing some simulations. I mean, not that you weren't explosive last week, but you looked even more explosive this week. So what's changed? Like, what have you guys fine-tuned heading into Army?
Well, with this being my 5th year in college, honestly, I'm a firm believer in teams make their biggest strides from week 1 to week 2. So I just think just watching the film, they only scored 21 points, but those were 21 points we really didn't want to give up last week. So I just think watching the film and just want to improve and do better. And everybody has juice, so every day we're just looking to take one step. And I just feel like as a whole, as a defensive unit, we're hungry and we want to go out there and put a better product on film.
Besides the 21 points, one stat that stood out was you guys won the turnover battle 2-1. In Army, they love to run that triple option. They run a lot. One of the top running teams in the nation last year. What's it going to take for you guys to make sure that you can maintain that turnover ratio and limit them as much as you can?
Well, like Coach Mo said, it's going to start up front, right? Our D-line has to play great. They got to come out their hips and strike. And as a linebacker group, we're going to have to come downhill and make tackles. And whether it's side to side or, like I said, coming down here, we're just going to have to make plays. The safeties and the back end, we're all just going to have to be on one accord. It's going to take all 11 of us to go out there and execute. And really just taking the ball away, that'll be big because, obviously Army's a team, they're going to hold the ball throughout the whole game. As much as they can, they're going to try to just run the ball the whole game. So we just really got to eye discipline, keys, and just everybody being on the same page.
UT Martin got off to that hot start last week. Our touchdown drive on the first drive there. How important is it to get a hot start and stop Army from scoring on that first drive? To give the ball to your offense and let them run a little bit slower tempo.
See, the first drive is very critical. Like you said, starting fast. That's one of our mottos. That's the expectation. And obviously, we didn't get that done last Thursday with them scoring on the opening possession, but we're looking to change that this week. And it's just going to start with practice. We've been stacking some good days together, and I think when we get out there Saturday, it's just got to be less thinking and more doing. And the more doing, that's the faster that we play.
The linebacker room is one that, a lot of production lost from last year with Kyle, with Eli gone. Nick wasn't able to play Thursday, but, how do you feel like that room has, performed overall, and where do you think the biggest improvements can come from?
I really think we've performed well, but like I said, there's always room for improvement. We got a lot of older guys in there with me, D, Matt, Malik, guys that have some experience, so it's time to go start putting that on film. And, just getting better every week and just executing at a high level. I feel like we're all guys, we all look at each other like starters. I learned from Malik and Malik's learned from D. It's all transparent, so I just feel like we all just have to continue to feed off of each other and get better and just kind of coach each other along with Coach Mo and Coach Basson.
You mentioned D. Kane. He's one of the guys I think that's been here the longest, him and Jeremy Darvin, 6 to 25 years, however long now. Well, what's he like playing with him?
I love it because he's a vet out there. So a lot of the stuff that I see, he'll see it before me sometimes. And it's just like when you play with somebody that's been in the system that knows, it's kind of like you just feed off of each other, So it's exciting. I'm excited to finish my college career here.
Mamba mentioned, the triple option offense with Army, and, eye discipline is very important. What are some of the ways, you're practicing off the field that are just helping to keep those eyes disciplined when you get in the game time?
Really just film, right? Pulling the film up and really taking the steps. I'm a visual learner as well as I got to get active. So what I like to do is I just like to turn the film on, kind of get that back angle and just go through my steps, whether it's guards pulling or fast flow this way. I'm just really just trying to put myself in that game and just take those steps so when it comes on Saturday, I won't be surprised.